Hi there, I'm Tasha.
And I'm Fallon.
And together, we're the hosts of No Roadmap with Tasha and Fallon.
It's a podcast where two black women have real, random talks.
We cover everything from hobbies to relationships, pop culture, and social issues.
We don't shy away from the tough conversations, but we also like to have fun and be ourselves.
So join us every other Thursday as we share our thoughts, stories, and experiences.
You never know where the conversation might take us, but we promise it will be worth it.
No roadmap, just real random talk.
So what do you say, Tasha? Are you ready to hit record and get started?
Let's do it, Fallon. Let's give the people what they want. Hello. Welcome to another episode of No Roadmap with Tasha and Fallon and Tasha.
I'm Fallon.
And today we're going to be continuing the hair conversation because there was just so much untapped resources and stories we did not tell in the prior episode. So we're going to go ahead and keep this conversation going.
Heard. Wait, so this story, we're talking about how, like, people find their hair people and live with them.
Yes, through thick and thin, like a marriage. They make it work.
So I'm in Montclair and sitting there minding my business.
And
this woman rolls up to me and she's like, "Can I talk to you about your hair?" And I'm like, "Well, you didn't approach with Jesus because I already got that. So, okay, I got time.
Sure, why not?"
And she's like, "May I?" And I'm like, "All right, fine." So she touches my hair and she's like, "I'm an all natural, like..."
Black woman?
Yeah. Okay. Hair healer thing. She's like, "You should come." And I'm like, "All right, cool." So I go to her shop. She was like in South Montclair, the South End. Mm-hmm. And so I go, and when I tell you, she was the person who talked to me about my hair, who taught me about my hair and what it needed to do. And she said, "I bet you," because they said when you brush your hair, you're expected to lose like
100 strands,
whatever that means.
Right.
But like when we brush our hair, I get a handful of hair. Mm-hmm. She brushed my hair, and when I tell you, it was like a thimbleful.
Really?
Yes. She was so gentle with it and knew the right way to handle my hair to make it be best.
Right.
Ahava Felicidad.
Oh, okay.
And she actually...
Is that the shop?
That's who she is.
Oh, that's who she is.
Yes.
Okay.
And she found me on LinkedIn, I think, recently, and we kind of reconnected. So shout out to her. And
hey,
if
girl.
you really want to get your hair,
she's all the way right.
She's the person you talk to.
And where is she? Lower Montclair?
She was in Montclair. I think she got a new shop maybe in Bloomfield.
Okay.
But I'll put it in the show notes. Alan, remind me. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. He's taking notes. Look, I see him diligently writing.
Notes.
Because he's writing, y'all. He's analog.
He's so fantastic.
He's like, I can't do everything.
And left-handed.
And he's a lefty.
I know. I
love a lefty.
Right. There's a special place in my heart for my lefties.
Because you're not lefty. Are you lefty?
No,
you're right. Okay.
I did learn how to write with my left hand when I broke my thumb as a child.
Okay.
My right hand thumb. Yeah.
But no longer.
I can still write with my left hand.
Can you?
I can.
And it's as legible as it would be if you were written with the right?
Oh,
really?
it's not as pretty, but you can read it.
Not as pretty, but you can read it.
Yeah.
Okay. Some of the best people in my life are lefties.
I know. I have a lot of left. My husband.
I have more lefties in my life than I think I even knew I had. My girlfriend's husband is lefty. And he's British, so
bonus points.
Bonus points. My BFF RKP is lefty. My theater sister Regine is a lefty. Yeah, I have a lot of lefties in my life.
My little sister.
Yeah,
a lot of people.
But we're gonna bring it back to hair because look, see how we took that little deep. We went around the corner, and then we're back on the main road. Thank you. No roadmap. So I happened upon a conversation with you and Alan. What were y'all talking about?
So Alan was talking. He was like, you guys were having a conversation. I thought maybe you were talking about body hair and how we approach that. And it's funny because then he popped into Threads and Simone Biles was like, the exact quote is, "Waxing is one of the best decisions I've ever made."
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Do you wax?
I do.
Everything?
Well,
eyebrows, pits, bikini,
not eyebrows.
Legs.
So eyebrows. The last time I waxed my eyebrows and 2010.
What?
And that is official. It was right before I moved out of Montclair to Ramsey. And I had a spot there, but my eyebrows were so thin and they weren't growing anymore, so I stopped.
Okay. They look good now.
Because they're finally growing back in.
Okay.
And it took me 13 years.
What do you do to maintain?
Nothing. I haven't touched them.
They just naturally grow like that?
This is what happened after the years of waxing. So my waxing story started when I was young. I think I was in high school.
Okay.
And nope, rewind.
Rewind.
So I used to have a little bit of a unibrow in grade school.
Come on, I'll be sure.
I can tell you how I feel about you night and day. I feel about you. Okay, that's for you, Seth.
Okay, Seth.
You're welcome.
There's your song for the episode.
And, but I was a very nervous child. And I would pick my unibrow hair when I got nervous.
Okay.
So I got used to the pain there. Mm-hmm. And so the first time I got waxed, it really didn't bother me. But my mom's like, we should probably take care of this. Maybe it was like my sophomore year for a dance or something.
Mm-hmm. For your own good.
She's like, let's do this. And I'm like, cool. So we waxed the eyebrows and we did the lip. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, the lip hurts so much. But I like the way my face looks. It like brightens everything and like clears everything up. So then I didn't wax anything but those spaces until my early 20s. And a friend of mine was like, oh, like sometimes I would shave, sometimes I wouldn't, like my bikini area. She's like, you don't wax? You don't? She's like, who does that? Like, you should get a Brazilian. And I'm like,
your first wax experience in your bikini area was a Brazilian?
Yes.
Ooh,
and gosh. So I don't even know if the spa's still there. It's Thomas Anderson, maybe I think it was called, in like the Great Notch section of Little Falls.
Okay.
And so I go in, and she was a very wonderful, very large Eastern European woman. And so she's like, it's your first time? And I said, yeah. And I'm like, all right. And so she's in there and she's just
ripping away.
Ugh. And then she says, now get in the doggy style position and hold your cheeks.
Ooh.
And I went,
I'm sorry, what?
What?
I'm like, sorry, what'd you say?
What is happening? And so I did. And there we go. And that was...
There.
And that's history, and I've been doing it ever since.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've never stopped. You had that one experience, and it was not unpleasant.
It was not unpleasant. It doesn't hurt.
So you were like, okay, great.
I was the crazy one, because I'm not consistent.
Okay.
So I would let it go, and then they were like, we're starting from scratch. I was like, do you? I don't care. I'm paying you the big bucks to make it happen. And so the honey pot used to need, like, guinea pigs, but they need to train their waxers.
Yes.
And so it's a free wax. Hell yeah, I'm going to roll up in. And they're like, it's going to hurt. And I'm like, no, do your worst. I'm good. They're like, you sure? Mm-hmm. It's free. It's for me.
If it's free, it's for me. You paying, I'm staying. You buying?
Yeah,
I'm flying.
Okay. And so, like, I would just go and get tortured, and it's fine. And then I started getting vajacials. And those are magical.
Really? I've always wanted to get a vajacial.
I'll take you. What is it called? Not the Peach Pit, because that is from
That's from Beverly Hills 90210.
No. Saved by the Bell.
No, Beverly Hills 90210 is the Peach Pit.
It?
Yes,
oh my
sir.
God!
Nat ran it and Brandon worked there.
Because the Peach Pit after dark when they made it the nightclub.
When they made it the nightclub.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
What is it called? It's called the Peach something.
Okay.
The Peach Bar.
The Peach Bar.
Yes.
Okay.
Alan's gonna fact check me on that. And they're fantastic. They have great people, and there's like your regular waxing space, and then they have like the space that does the like facials and vajacials and things like that.
Vajacials.
Yeah, and you get like scrubbed, and you get a steam.
Okay, yeah, I want to do that. I do want to do that. Thank you.
I do my armpits. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I do it myself. Mm-hmm. I've done my own bikini.
I've started doing my own waxing, and my friends look at me like I've sprouted an extra head.
Right.
And I'm like, one economically, I'm saving money.
Yes.
Because I don't have to pay $400 on a package from European Wax Center.
Oh, how much are you paying at European Wax Center? I got a place.
I was paying that. I had bought a package for like almost $300.
Wow.
But then when you include the tip that you leave every time you go.
I can name drop all the places. ARC in Montclair.
I just do it myself. I've gotten to the point now where I just do it myself.
At ARC in Fairfield.
Okay.
Not Fairfield. Fair Lawn.
Fair Lawn.
Yes.
Okay.
That girl. Mm-hmm. Amazing.
The only thing I don't do are my eyebrows, but I do, I do my underarm, I do my bikini. On occasion, when I'm feeling daring, I'll do my legs.
No, that is a pain I cannot enjoy.
I mean, I don't enjoy any of the pain. However, it hurts. Amazing.
No, I'd rather shave. I find that the skin is smoother when I shave.
Your legs?
Yes. Okay. My legs are never smooth enough when I wax. So
my hair grows so sparingly, so sparsely.
Nope.
On my legs that I literally have to wax once a year.
woolly mammoth right over here.
Beginning of the summer, and then not again until like the beginning of the next summer.
My husband's like, "Are you trying to set fires
Stop
in the
it.
sheets?"
Stop it. Stop
And I'm like, "Look,
it.
I'm lazy."
Fire today.
But like, do we wax for us? Do we wax for people?
I wax for me because my husband doesn't like that I wax.
Right.
I don't know what it is. He has a preference, and that's his business.
My
Have
husband
your
likes that I
preference.
do.
But I do it for me because, one, I'm uncomfortable in the summer. I
Right.
get hot.
Yes.
You know, I can't walk around with my legs blowing a
Right.
fan up my leg, you know, so
Right.
there's that. My armpit, it itches.
Yes.
So I take the hair off. Now, the girl has gotten into this phase where she's like, I am a woman and I grow hair for a reason and I'll wax if I want to.
Right.
And if I don't want to, then I won't. And she posted a picture not too long ago, maybe for her dad's birthday or her birthday. I don't remember, whatever. She posted a picture on, I want to say Facebook. And she's holding the camera out. She's taking a selfie of her and her cousins. And all you see under there is well, not an afro because her hair goes straight, but
that's the thing. Some people have more attractive armpit hair.
her armpit hair is really cute.
Mine is not. Mine
However,
looks like Fred Sanford, but who dyes his hair.
Yes.
Like
in a headlock.
Right.
Just constantly walking around. Okay? It's a bonus for you, Seth. Instrumental. We do it all here. It's a one-stop shop. But she's like, you know, if I feel like it, I will. And every now and then she's like, Mom, you want to wax my underarm? I'm like, oh my God, yes, please. Your hair makes me uncomfortable. She's like, why? Why does my hair make you uncomfortable? I'm like, that is invalid. I don't know.
That's so funny.
I can't explain it. I get a visceral reaction to every time you go to give me a high five. I'm like, put your arm down, girl.
Oh,
Don't do that.
wait. Can we talk about chin hair?
Do you have chin hair?
My husband, I love him. I love him because of his brutal honesty. He's like, honey, you got this thing. And I'm like, pull it out. And he does. Because he's tall and he can see them.
Right.
And he's just like, yank. And I'm like, thank you so much for not being that person who's got like that's love. It's 100% love.
They keep it real.
When we got engaged and he's like, hey, you gonna wax those fingers?
Oh, no, he did not.
But he was right.
You have hairy fingers?
I do, and I haven't even thought about it because I stopped waxing them, but the hair, because I was waxing regularly, it's got a little thinner.
Right.
But yeah, I have hairy knuckles.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Woman.
And yeah, then he's right, my toes.
Not the toes.
And the toes.
Not the toes.
Yep.
Come on, now I'm looking at my ugly toes. You know, my toes are ugly, but they are not hairy.
No, and I got my little patches.
I want to know.
No, they're actually, because I wax so long, the hair doesn't grow back.
What's the trade-off? Do you want ugly toes or do you want hairy toes?
Hairy toes.
Because you can always get rid of the hair, but you can't fix the ugly. I've tried. I have tried to fix these. Look, I'm like, you ever seen the movie Boomerang? With Eddie Murphy, Marcus Graham's. His turnoff was ugly feet. Marcus Graham would never have dated me, much less slept with me because my toe was ugly.
My husband said to me, he was like, your feet were so pretty before you had the child. Because no one tells you that the feet spread.
Yeah,
and now they're like, my feet were always long, but they were
now they're
slender.
wide.
But now they're wide. And I'm like,
Are they still
hobbit
wide?
feet.
The girl's 6 years old.
They don't go back.
Yeah, they do.
No, not mine.
Mine did.
God bless you. Then I should have wrapped them or something.
Yeah. Compress it.
Right. Because I don't like to wear shoes.
Oh, same.
And so not wearing the support, they just went to the spread and like... It's ridiculous.
How do you feel about the husband's facial hair or any hair? Like, how do you feel? Because my husband manscapes. See that little corner right there? Yep. When he's done manscaping, no lie, there's a puddle of just black and gray hair. You see where he was standing because there's no hair, but then all around him,
it's like a halo.
It's like a halo, and it goes from the tumbleweeds of hair, and he does his face, he does his chest. Which when we first started dating, if he had 2 chest hairs, that was a lot. And now he's like, I just don't want to get to the point where it looks like I'm wearing a sweater.
Stop it.
And I'm like, let me wax it. And he's like, I've seen 40-Year-Old Virgin. You keep trying it.
No, but you do it before the hair gets...
and always be no.
You do it before it gets that heavy. Especially if he shaves it. Wait till it gets a little bit.
This is what I'm saying. I try to convince him, but no. And he does his arms.
No.
He does his legs. I'm like, ugh.
The husband is not hairy.
No?
He can't grow a full beard. the hair that he grows now is only recent. That's like the last 5 or 6 years that he's had.
Is it late onset puberty?
Probably. He did. He went to this point. Like when I first met him, he had a very boyish face. Then all of a sudden, it was like
angular,
and I'm like, well then,
hello. If I thought I loved you before,
and now I look at him, I was like, oh wow, you're hot. I'm like, yes,
I knew.
But no real chest hair.
No.
His leg hair is very thin. Like
interesting.
He's just living his best.
So does he grow? So you say he doesn't do a full beard.
He lets it go, and it gets like a mustache and a little bit of a goatee, and maybe some patches on the chin. But like the sideburns will grow, but nothing really down below. So he shaves once a week, maybe. Sometimes once every, like if we have to go to church, he'll shave or go someplace special. But I'm like, let it go, dude. I'm not even worried about it.
Okay. So, yeah, when my husband lets his hair go, he looks like a homeless man.
I can't.
It's the truth. I've taken to calling him Jedediah. Why Jedediah? I don't know.
Jebediah, Obadiah, all the Zachariah, Springfield.
All the Ayahs. All the Ayahs. Pick one. And then he lets his hair grow out, and he looks like, and then he wears his army jacket, and I'm like, you look like a homeless vet.
Oh, poor
What is happening?
And he just needs a hug.
A shave. He's like, it works in my advantage because people don't bother me.
Oh, that's smart.
But then when he cleans up, and he looks great. I'm like, yeah, baby, let's shave this here. Get rid of that. And he'll ask my opinion, like, what do you like best? Do you like a full beard? The answer is always no. Stop asking me. I don't like you like a full beard. I don't like a full beard. So I always want him to do that George Michael scruff.
I love it. You're
like
hysterical.
From the Faith videos.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see. And I think he's done it. We've been together 23 years. I think he's done it maybe 3 times.
You're so funny.
He's like, look, this is what you get.
I think with facial hair depends on the guy. Like some guys look good in a full beard. Some guys look good in a goatee. I've never really been just the stash.
No, I don't like just the stash. It just looks weird.
But I learned from a firefighter that they really can't grow down here because it interferes with
the helmet.
Strap.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, okay, it makes sense, but why grow anything then?
Yeah.
That's just me. And some guys look good clean shaven. And so.
But sometimes facial hair can change the game, baby.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Like I was watching, there was this video and, let's rewind. Kev on stage.
Rewind.
The comedian.
I know Kev on stage.
I went to see.
Yes.
And, oh my gosh, he's hysterical. But when, I don't even know if he actually shaved his beard or he used I still don't know if he used a filter or not. But the comments after he didn't have the beard and someone was like, you look like a shoulder.
No! No!
Why do you look like Mr. Potato Head? I was dying.
That's so brutal.
It was like, why do you look like a thumb? Like, but it wasn't wrong.
Do you know what? I had to convince my boss years ago when I worked at the phone company. My boss had this really weird hairline where like he would have the hair at the center of his forehead and then it would like dip in. It was very weird.
Right.
And I think at one point it like caused him to be a little self-conscious. Now he was a really muscular guy, ex-drill sergeant in the Marine, or they're not called drill sergeants in Marine, I don't think. But anyway, ex-Marine or former Marine, because you're never an ex-Marine. Former Marine, real buff guy, really intimidating if you looked at him, but he was a teddy bear, right?
Right.
And he would come into our offices when he would come to visit us. And I was looking at him one day after a staff meeting, and out of the blue, I was like, just shave it. He said, I'm sorry. I said, your head. Just shave your hair. And he said, why? Why do you say that? And I'm like, I think it would just do wonders for your appearance if you just try it.
Right. Yeah.
Just try it.
Because it'll grow back.
It's just hair. It'll grow back. He went home that night. He came in the next day. And when I tell you the difference in his appearance, in his walk, he walked more confidently. He looked like he was really like feeling himself.
I love it.
It was, now, granted, his head looked like a big milk dud. But that's okay. Because that's preferable.
Right. To the
weird
hairline.
Just shave it.
Right.
That's how I feel about my hair. I'm at the point now where I'm like, I'm just going to start over.
No.
Yeah.
I cannot envision myself with short hair. I don't like it. It like makes me feel some kind of way. It's like, it's stressful for me. Yeah. Like the way I feel about like not having earrings. You know, like I don't feel feminine.
Have you ever worn short hair?
Just that once, really. When
just the once when you had to.
Yes.
But you never made a choice to be like, I'm just going to cut it off.
I'll rock a wig to have short hair.
Yeah, because you know that you have hair underneath.
Exactly. No. Oh my gosh, when I went blonde for a little while.
It's so liberating.
It's not for me. It stresses me out.
Oh, well, we don't want you to be stressed. But no, he shaved it. And I don't think he ever grew back. Now, granted, I haven't seen or spoken to him in 20 years. However, we're still talking about it. Or, you know, he could have wanted toupee and it would have been different. You know, maybe I would have felt differently about it. But I'm glad he didn't. I'm glad he just shaved.
So men's hair, like, my husband has gone, he is not the one to be bald.
No.
Just throw that out.
Remind me to tell you about the time my husband decided he was going to go bald. I mean, he does it often.
Oh.
Not because he has to, because he has a full head of hair. Right. You've seen it.
So does my husband.
But in the summertime, he's like, I just don't have time for haircuts. Right. And he just shaves it.
That's fantastic.
But the first time he did it, I wanted to shoot him.
Keep going.
I wanted to shoot him. Why'd you shave your hair? Why was there no conversation about this? I wake up one day, I go into the bathroom. Okay, thank you.
No,
it was like, what's happening? And he's like, I wanted something different, so I shaved it. I'm like, we didn't have a conversation about this.
And you're crying, you're like picking it up and it's falling between your fingers.
I know. I'm like, I have hair glue. We can fix this. He's like, stop.
Hair glue.
It'll grow back. I'm like, okay, I guess so. But men in toupees and wigs. How do you feel about that?
It depends.
See, I'm the type of person, I'm like, you do what feels good to you.
Right.
If you feel like you need to fill it out, do hair plugs, do it, just let it be a good one.
Right.
Don't let me look at you and be like, bruh. Why?
I think more men should feel okay in embracing not having
hair. Mm-hmm.
I think it's a look and it's good.
But I think it depends on the man, because on some men, it can really alter your appearance. Like, if he went bald,
yeah,
I'd have some questions. But that's just me and my own. Like, when I see a white man with no hair, I automatically go skinhead.
Really?
I do.
Wow.
A white man with no hair and tattoos?
No.
He's a skinhead.
You know what's so funny? A white man...
Until they smile at me and they start a conversation. Then I feel a little more at ease.
I'm not triggered.
I'm triggered.
Wow. I never thought of that. I'm like, wow, you're hot. If it works for them.
Even if they're hot. Even an attractive white bald, and I've seen plenty of attractive white bald men. You know, I'm like, yeah, daddy wore bucks. You better rock that baldy, right? But then I see like tattoos, and the tattoos could be flowers. I don't know what they are. They could be butterflies. I have no idea. All I know is I'm standing 10 feet away from you.
It's rainbows.
It could be rainbows and unicorns. Right. Leprechauns and pots of gold. I don't know. All I know is I'm triggered. Like, it gives me pause for some reason. And
no, it's not
for some reason. I know what the reason is.
Right.
But, like, I shouldn't be like that.
Right.
I should not have that snap judgment. So I'll avoid eye contact or I'll stare them down and see what they do.
You're so
It depends on my mood that day. That day, I'm like, you know what? They don't want this fire. And I just keep it moving. And the other days, I'm like, let me see where this is going to go. And I give intense eye contact. And then eventually, they'll either look away or they'll smile and a conversation will begin. And I'm like, okay, I was wrong. I was so wrong.
I lead smile first, always.
Do you?
Yeah. Like, that doesn't... because I find that attractive.
I do, too.
I lead with a smile. With that energy first.
Okay.
Of attractiveness until you give me a reason to think otherwise.
Okay.
And I'm like... That's not a warning sign to me. It's not a red flag.
No, my default when I'm in situations like that.
Because I used to be with a bald guy with no tattoos, but like the goatee, and you could think that, and it just never. Wow.
Okay.
That's it. But I think men in wigs is so a thing from like the 80s,
70s.
Yeah.
Yes, it's very 9 to 5 Dolly Parton.
Working 9 to
that part.
5. So, have you ever heard of the movie The Dictator? Sacha Baron Cohen?
Oh, Sacha Baron Cohen. I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
So I bought the soundtrack, and I rarely buy soundtracks to movies like that. But it has pop songs and like songs that everybody know, but they're like in Arabic. So I have like 9 to 5 in Arabic, and it cracks me up. It's fantastic.
Is it on your phone? You have to let me hear it.
It should, because on my daughter, the child, her lullabies.
Yes.
It's Everybody Hurts in Arabic. And
by R.E.M.?
Yeah.
In Arabic.
It's fantastic.
Okay.
It's so good. The next episode, oh my gosh. Na.
It's the one and only D-O-double-G.
No,
it's different one.
Aladdin. Because it's...
No!
And I don't want the explicit rating, so I'm not going to sing anymore. But I'll put a link in the show notes. Alan, remind me.
He wrote it down. Look, hand feverishly writing. And how do you feel about some of these hairstyles that don't, like, when you see gosh, I can't even put it into words.
Like what?
Like severe bangs.
Not for me. I don't think I look good in bangs, but for you, like, I generally don't begrudge somebody their hair. Mm-hmm. That's yours. That's a very personal decision. You do you. If I like it, I'm commenting on it. Like, I love some rainbow hair. I love a bright pink or purple.
Yeah.
Because we mentioned in our aging episode, like, when I go gray, I'm going purple.
Yes.
Like, that's just who I am and who I'm going to be.
I mean, once upon a time, people went blue.
Right. But now, if you're going to go blue, it's got to be blue.
It's got to be blue.
Blue.
Yeah.
So,
can't be grandma blue.
No.
It's got to be like rainbow bright blue.
Right. And I love, like, a shaved head, like a one-side shave.
Yeah.
Like,
how do you feel about that? My
Natalie,
cousin wears that, and it looks amazing on her.
I wish it was a thing when I was younger. So it would have been braver, and I would have done, like, the one-side. Natalie Dormer, she was in Game of Thrones, and she was on...
that name sounds familiar.
And she was on Elementary. And she's fantastic.
Elementary with
Johnny.
Johnny Lee Miller.
Yes.
And Lucy Liu.
Yes,
I love that show.
Oh my gosh.
Who was she on Elementary? Because then
I don't know if I can give it away because you find out later.
Okay. Oh yes, I know who she is.
Oh my gosh, I wanted to have her babies.
Yeah.
She did that.
Oh, I love that. Gorgeous.
I love it.
Yeah.
And then I think she did a movie and she had like, it was like tattoo design in it. And I'm like, yes, I think that's so hot.
How do you feel about tattoos on like faces and necks and heads?
Necks, I'm cool.
Face tattoos?
Faces, not a big thing.
Why would you want to put a tattoo on your face?
Again, that's your business.
No. I understand it's a choice.
Right.
I just don't understand the choice.
It's not for me to understand. Like, why do people get permanent makeup? I don't get it.
Lazy.
It could be.
I wear eyeliner all the time, and I don't always feel like having to put it on, or time saver, I'm always going to wear it, so why not? Really? If I could, I would get permanent lip liner.
Really?
If I could stand the pain.
I just can't even.
I mean, these are technically tattooed on.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Technically, I mean, it's a micro shading. I'm talking about my eyebrows, you guys. It's a micro shading, but like you, I went through a really hard phase where I just was not growing lashes or brows.
Right.
And my girlfriend suggested I try micro shading, and I found a place and I went and I love it.
They look great.
I got it done 3 years. It'll be 3 years ago next month.
They look fantastic.
And they still look amazing.
That's so true.
Yeah, look.
So what happens when, because people don't tell you these things, when the gray hair sprouts? Because I find I don't have gray hairs. I had one gray hair on my head and then nothing. But down there, oh no, they are just...
Girl, running wild.
Right.
It's an army of them.
100%.
And that's why I wax.
And then they grow extra long too, because they're like
do.
waving
and they're
at
coily.
You. No, they're straight.
Nope. Mine are like, hey girl, I'm here. No, I'm not. I'm not here. Hey, yeah, I'm over here.
No, it'd be like, bam, how's it going? And I'm like, don't raise your hand.
That part.
Sit down.
Hand down. You're being disruptive.
No one tells you that.
I have the gray. No one does tell you that. Also, I have a random gray eyelash over my left eye.
Wow.
I thought it was a light. I thought the light was just hitting it really weirdly. And then I finally got the 5 times mirror, the magnifying mirror.
Why would you torture yourself like that?
Because I needed to know what it was.
I don't need to see my pores like
that. I don't need that. My pores. Gag. But it's a gray. It's a rebellious little snot box of a gray lash, and I know if I pull that sucker out, she's gonna come back with reinforcement.
Right.
So I just leave her and
marching.
That part. Calling cadence.
Right.
And boy, have you heard?
Stop it.
Yeah, I just cover it with mascara. Bye.
Yeah,
go away.
That's would be me.
Go away.
That's so funny. So be prepared if you are not of a certain age.
It's coming.
It's coming.
It's gonna happen, and when it does, because the first time I spotted a gray hair anywhere on my body, head, bikini area, underarm, I'm like, why?
Why?
I'm too vivacious and too vibrant
for
the grays. But then I look at Alan and his wife, and I'm like, well, maybe not.
Right. I look at my husband. He looks great.
I look at my husband, and I'm like, so for a long time, I begged him to grow his hair out because he's got this salt and pepper thing going on. It started like 6-7 years ago. Silvers, I call them. He's my silver fox. And it's in his beard. And that's why, like, if you're going to grow a beard, I like for it to be nice and maintained. There's this group on all of the social medias called the Silver Fox Club.
Oh.
Girl.
Stop it.
Girl.
I'm going to have to, I'm like,
look it up right now. They hold events and they go on cruises. Now, if I were single and ready to mingle,
don't get me started.
You couldn't keep me away.
So I was talking to a friend about picking up older gentlemen. And I was on vacation with a couple of friends, and the one friend, her grandfather had a house in West Palm Beach on a golf course. So like money. And so I'm like, I'm going to get myself an old man. And I told my husband, we were engaged, maybe early marriage. And I'm like, I'll come back. I promise. I found this one guy at dinner. It was like almost like retirement home dinner, which is hysterical.
4:30.
Yeah, it was super early, but very fancy.
Ooh.
Very fancy. And
it was a fancy 4:30 event.
But this guy walks past. And
pre-evening, if you will.
He was 6'1" in his 70s. So you know when he was younger.
He was 6'3" for sure.
Full head of white hair and thick, and like they had this wave thing, like he ran his hand through it often. Beautiful skin, great legs. And I'm like, that's the one I want because he knows what's up. And I'm like, yeah, but he's old enough to be my grandfather.
Yeah, he is.
What are you going to do?
Admire him from here.
So I was sitting across the dining room, like giving him the eye. I think he thought I had a twitch. He's like, what's wrong with that young woman?
Got a tick. What's going on? What's happening? I find myself, especially in the last maybe 2 years, always getting hit on by older men. And I'm talking significantly older men, like my mom's age older men. Not like older, like 55, 60. I'm talking like 75. Retired for 10 years.
Stop it.
What is happening?
No, wait. Are you ready for this? I'm pregnant. And I am blessed.
Visibly
like
pregnant.
And I'm leaving. Now, don't judge me. It was a friend's birthday party. I'm leaving the bar. And I'm walking. And this guy stops me, and he's in a convertible, and he's probably in his 60s. He's like, I just want to say, there is nothing more beautiful than a pregnant woman, and I think you're stunning. And I'm going, thank you?
Question
marks. But then he went on about his wife and like how they had all these kids, and he was like, she was always so beautiful when she was pregnant.
Which is why he kept her barefoot and pregnant.
Yes, all the time.
I know what's up. I had a guy follow me. I was just telling the story to my bandmates yesterday. We had gone out to Vegas back in April, and I had gone to the Walgreens across the street from the hotel. I'm crossing the street, and I see the guy at the light in this beautiful convertible white Mercedes, and he comes around the corner, and I'm just about to step onto the curb, and he stops. He lets me pass. I see him drive by. Paid no attention to it, and out of the corner of my eye, I see him pull into the parking lot.
Because we're women and we notice these things.
And I notice these things. I can see him pull into the parking lot, and I'm like, what are the odds? No. I proceed to go into the Walgreens. I'm walking up and down the aisles. I walk up the third aisle, and I see this same gentleman walking, looking down the aisle. He spots me. He walks up to me. I'm like, I know you did not pull into this Walgreens to try to kick game,
does that work?
You know what? In a different life, it may have. But he strikes up a conversation. We're having a lovely conversation. And he's all complimenting. Oh, you have a beautiful smile. Oh, I love everything. Your aura, everything is just great.
I love it.
Now, full wedding ring on my finger.
Right.
I'm just like, thank you. And thank you. I'm here, right? Using my left hand. Exactly. I'm clutching my pearls. And thank you so much. Oh my God, that is so sweet. Thank you. And finally, he's like, I just have to ask, what is your name? You're stunning. I'm like, really? Thank you. Oh my God, that's so sweet. I think I gave him a fake name. I don't know. I do that sometimes. I don't even know what name it was. I have so many in rotation. And he tells me his name, Douglas. I'm like, you don't say Doug. You say Douglas.
No, there's a difference.
And that's how I knew he was a retirement age.
Stop it.
A young buck would have been like, my friends call me Doug. But he was like, my name is Douglas.
Douglas.
I was like, oh my God, Grandpa Doug. And he tells me how he saw me walking across the street and he just had to come in and talk to me. And he's like, but I can see that you're taken. I'm like, yeah, thank you so much. You know, I'm not from here, whatever. He just retired out in Arizona from Carolina. And I'm like, you know what? You look familiar. That was the donuts. I bet you we're related.
Stop it.
He looks like my uncles.
That's
and when
hysterical.
he tells me he's from Rocky Mount, North Carolina, which is 45 minutes from where my father's family's from.
Yep.
You my second cousin twice removed.
Right, 100%. Remember, you roll out the family tree.
Knock it off. I'm like, look at this. DNA. What part are you from? But he was very attractive. Right. Gray hair. It's something about the gray hair I love. Like, it was... That's really what's made me like just stand there and indulge this conversation. Right. I mean, he was an attractive man just in general, but his hair was gray and he had like a nice close cut and really well kept.
An air of being distinguished.
Very distinguished.
Right.
And with the southern drawl.
Yes.
And I'm like, I love an accent.
I do.
Even if it's just a southern one.
That's fantastic.
So sweet. So super sweet. Yeah.
All right. So, we talked a lot about hair.
Hair.
Long, beautiful hair.
Yeah.
I was telling Alan before we got on the mics that I would love to do the musical Hair so I could just sing White Boys. That's literally the only reason why.
Really?
Yep.
That's all you want to do?
That's all I want to do. Don't make me do anything else.
So do a musical review and just throw it in there.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Why don't we do a cabaret?
I would love to do a cabaret.
You and me, and we'll tell stories. Oh my gosh, would you guys come to our cabaret? They would come to our cabaret.
They would.
That would be fantastic.
At least I'm hoping they would.
No, they would come.
Okay.
Because we would do this.
Yeah.
And sing songs.
And just
but
sing.
Actually, we would be in key.
That part. Working on harmonies. Like for real harmonies.
For real. We'll figure it out.
Alan Fallon will be doing harmonies because Tasha doesn't do harmonies.
Right.
But I got that melody, boo.
Yes.
I'm going to hold the melody down.
Thank you.
There we go.
Don't jump on my notes.
I do my best. If it's a low note, I promise I won't. Okay, so what are you watching? What are you reading?
All right. What am I reading?
What are you listening to? Other than Arabic hip hop songs.
Stop it. They're fantastic.
I'm going to take your word for it.
Anything I'm listening. Oh my gosh. When I went to go get waxed and my lady.
Speaking of waxing.
Allison, she told me I had to listen to Carol G.
Carol G. That's the second time I heard Carol G's name in the last 2 days.
A singer and she is actually really, really awesome. So Carol with the K. And she's Spanish pop.
Yes.
It's fantastic. Really
Someone
fun.
else, literally like yesterday or day before, brought her up.
And I got back into Fifi Dobson.
Okay.
And she is one of one of the earliest memories I have of a female black rocker.
Okay.
And she is just magical. You should listen to her. Everybody should listen to her.
Fifi Dobson.
Yeah, Fifi Dobson.
Okay.
Awesome. How about you?
I'm just listening to musicals. I'm doing Head Over Heels down at the Cranford Dramatic Club in October. Last 3 weekends. Come check us out.
That was the child's, one of her favorite songs.
Head Over Heels?
Yeah, because she liked the clapping in it. Anything that had
clapping in it.
Yes, anything with
a clap. There is a clap in there.
Prince, Raspberry Beret. Baby child would sing that.
Come on.
Raspberry Beret.
Not the Raspberry Beret. Oh. My heart just melted a little.
A little.
A little bit heart I have left. Yeah, so I'm just listening to that right now.
Yeah, that's work.
It is work, but it's fun work. It's a great time.
Head over heels. That's a good song.
Yeah, I mean, I'm listening to the whole soundtrack.
Yeah, I don't know anything.
Cast recording. Head Over Heels, Vacation. Vacation.
Is it just? It's all just the Go-Go's.
It's all Go-Go's and Belinda Carlisle music.
Great. Mad about you.
Yep.
Mad about you. Lost in your eyes. Okay, sorry guys. This is that episode.
Yes. And my character sings "This Old Feeling." Do you know that?
Oh, no.
This old feeling.
No, that's a deep cut for me.
It's a deep cut. I had never heard of it
right
until this musical. And what's the other one? There's another. Oh, Heaven on Earth. Ooh, baby, do you know what that's worth? Ooh, heaven is a place on earth. There we go. Boom. Look at that. So that's what I'm listening to. And what am I watching? Aside from watching Chris Evans, also the show he's in, not just Chris Evans.
No, just watch him. It's fine.
I do just watch him. Oh, my God. But anyway. Woo. Bless his mama. Just saying. I'm watching now, what is it on Netflix? Did I tell you this? What did I start watching on Netflix?
I don't know. We got to keep a running list of what we mentioned.
I do have to keep a running list because now I don't remember what I said and where we... Okay, it doesn't matter. I'm watching Netflix.
Yes.
Just all of it.
all the things, whatever suggests.
Whatever it is, you may like this.
Yes.
Here's one you may like.
No, it always is like, here's more documentaries about death. I'm like, thank you.
Netflix knows my heart.
I'm like, the husband, don't watch on this because you'll mess up my algorithm.
No. Oh gosh. See, they're all running in together because I did just binge something, but I can't remember what.
We'll get back to it.
Anyway,
we'll be here.
That part.
All right, so thank you, everyone. Please send in all your comments, requests,
suggestions.
Tell us. We're going to put this poll in this episode. If we had an in-person live cabaret where we did this kind of thing and actually sang real songs on key, would you show up? Let us know in the poll. But until next time, I'm Fallon.
And I'm Tasha. Thank you for listening to No Road Map. Check us out on IG at No Road Map Pod. And that's all I got for you.
Right.
All right.
Stay awesome, y'all.
And don't be a jerk. Thank you for listening to No Road Map with Tasha and Fallon. Follow us on IG at No Road Map Pod. Send us your questions, ideas, and reactions. Tell us all the things because we're going to tell you all the things. Until next time, bye. Aliens, predators, what? They're not the same?
What?
I'm saying.
Ugh.
It's whatever.